We're going to take a quick drive in the Ford here, so bear with me because I'm going to back out the alley, so it's going to be interesting. Where we're at, we're in a little town in central Illinois I spent my childhood in until I was about 8 years old, and I know a lot of people here, and it's going to be kind of a cool drive. So anyway, we're in reverse. Clutch grab's way at the top, and while we're at it, I'm going to talk a little bit about the finer points of manual driving, because seems like there's a lot of videos about how to basic shit, but I want to tell you how to get the best gas mileage, stuff like that. So. And this truck is a 273 rear gear, so I have never let the clutch all the way out backing up, and I just about took out that fucking pull. I don't know why they put the mirrors in such a weird spot. But anyway, first thing is progressive shifting. Something you hear about in the trucking world. It applies to anything. So what it means is you shift at a higher RPM for the next gear. What I kind of do is, see, I'm going to take off, and as soon as I get rolling, like mid-turn, grab second. I'm rolling, so it'll pull second. And then we're going to take it up a little bit, about 1500, and get third. Now, third to fourth is a big jump, so you need 16, 17, 1800 RPM to get fourth and not lug the truck. But this motor, anything above 1100 RPM, unless you're in fourth gear, it'll pull. So it's happy with that. We'll just take off easy and go through the gears again. So first, 10 mile an hour, second, so about 23 mile an hour into third. And this small town, slow speed limit, so we're not going to get out of third just yet. Roll the window up. You got to crank your own windows in this truck, boys. This ain't that highfalutin shit. So second for the turn. So basically, what I'm trying to convey is, if you're rolling, it'll take second gear. You know, there's no predetermined RPM to rev it up to in first gear. It doesn't need it. Nothing needs it. You know, these little fucking cars running around with 410 axle ratios. I mean, I had a Ford Escort, and I could skip second to fourth all day long and we'd pull it just fine. So, still in second. We'll grab third for just a second here. Like I said, this is a town I grew up in until I went down south and learned how to talk funny. So we're going to hit Route 54 here, go to the other side of 54, back to the road racing compound. I'm going to get on it a little bit on the highway and go through the gears so you can hear the exhaust. I'm going to throw my progressive shifting out the window. That's more of an in-town situation. Accelerating, I'm probably going to use about 2,000 RPMs. So there's two. There's two. And we're picking up speed just fine, but it's a torquey motor. There's two and third. Big jump to fourth. Notice we were losing about 500 RPM on each gear. And then fifth you can hit early because it's no gap at all. And then I don't downshift this truck. I just hit the clutch and let's get slowed down. Select the turning gear. Usually second is the gear you turn in, unless you're in something real low gear, then you might use third. Second's a good utility gear. Seems like third you're in town gear in this thing until you get into your 40, 45 mile an hour speed limits. So Main Street, Kenny, Illinois. Still remember when they painted that damn water tower that ugly ass blue. It was a nice silver. It looked good silver. We got some patrons heading to the bar here. Hello, YouTube, they say. I don't know. Still in third, cruising at about 28 mile an hour. Like I said, it's you got a real tall gear in the rear end of this truck, so your speeds will vary. You got 373 gears, you'd be in fourth gear easy. Sometimes I wish I had, but it does help the gas mileage. First, mid-turn into second. And I am kind of lugging it a little going into second, but it's still enough gear, it doesn't bother it too bad. And we're almost back to the road racing compound here. Oh, that's wrong fucking street. Wrong fucking street. Been around here all my fucking life. Forget the street to turn on. Second. And then since it's so tall gear, if you want to go like less than 10, you gotta use first. Here we are. See in front of us the dirt car. In front of us damn near as tall as this truck is.
It does sit high.
Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. So, alright guys. Appreciate you going for a ride with me in my Ford. Trusty cameraman Brian. Over and out.